that woman. She really does my head in. She gets me goat right up. Lizzie's mad. You cow. She didn't want us to get married in the first place. But I married her. And I am good enough. Now she's on me back about to strike. And Lizzie, she's pregnant. That'll be her first baby. How are you going to feed that child? And clothe him? And you walked out with the tramps? A decent job like that? And a regular wage? You ought to have your head examined. But now, you had to get mixed up with the dockers and the coalmen. I always told Lizzie that you were a hothead, but she never took any notice of me. Ah, no. Wouldn't listen to her own mother. Ah, no. Always too full of you, she was. Yeah, James Conley said this, Jem Larkin said that. Ah, I don't know where they're going with that. Here we are now, in the middle of her love, and you're out on strike. How are you going to mind that child? She tore strips off me there a couple of minutes ago. I'm not joking. She saw me getting dressed up in my Dublin tramway uniform, and she thought, strike is over. He's back at work. But when I told her that I was going to James Nolan's funeral, she lost it completely. She went berserk altogether. You don't even know that man. What are you going there for? She went on and on. I just lost it with her. Just had to let go. And I know that I gave poor Lizzie an awful fright. And I'm sorry about that, her being pregnant and all. But I just had to let her in. I said, I don't know. But I was there last Saturday night when he was murdered on Eden Quay by the police. I'll never forget what I witnessed that day. I went down to the meeting, union men and union women, down outside Liberty Hall there it was. A huge crowd had gathered there. They were there to listen to Big Jim Larkin and James Conley. When I arrived, Big Jim, he had that crowd fired up. This is not a strike. This is a lockout, he said. It's a lockout of men and women who are being mistreated by a tyrannical, unscrupulous scoundrel who's using everything at his disposal, including the lying rag of a newspaper, the so-called Irish Independent. Took out a copy of the Independent, ripped it up, threw the pieces in the air. The crowd went wild. We are fighting for bread and butter. We are fighting for a living wage. We are fighting for the right to unionise. William Martin Murphy told his fellow employers that he would personally see Jim Larkin and the Transport Union go to hell. Well, I have a message for you, Mr. Murphy. Don't you threaten me with hell! I already lived there! But we shall exact our own justice. I'm sending you this message, Mr. Murphy. If you want a war, you shall have it! The crowd erupted. They went wild. All the men in there around me were throwing their caps up in the air. There was a group of boys somewhere started singing the nation once again. And we all joined in. A nation once again. A nation once again. You see, we were happy. We knew now we were on the march. We were confident. And we had faith that Mr. Larkin and Mr. Conley would see us through. But then, all of a sudden, panic set in. You see, the sound of singing was drowned out by I suppose it was the sound of terror. What happened was, there was a gang of policemen, about 50 of them, mixture of DNP and ROC came running out of Abbey Street, wading into the crowd with their batons. Men, women and children were running everywhere to get out of their way. Little boys and girls falling under the feet of these marauding giants. The crowd scattered in all directions. I was carried in a tide of people down in the direction of Eden Quay. We're about 20 yards up the quay, and another squad of policemen came running from Sackville Street. I thought to myself, oh no, there's no getting out of here now without a baiting. And I was looking up ahead of me, and I saw this man coming out of a shop. And this big lump of an RIC man ran over and gave him an unmerciful clatter across the head. I was 50 yards away from him, and I heard his skull crack from where I stood. He fell on the ground, blood gushing out of his forehead. 2 or 3 DNP men then jumped in, and they laid into him on the ground. They beat the man to a pulp. There was a brave man standing beside me, and he shouted, "Cowards! Cowards! Don't leave that man alone!" They turned on him. They laid into him. So when I went to intervene on his behalf, they lashed me out of it. I ended up beaten to the ground. And I thought I'd just lie here. So I just lay still there until they moved on up the quays. When they were gone, I stood up. Everywhere was blood spattered. And I walked up to the badly injured man. And I could see him on my way up to him. He was just lying there, motionless, in a heap, in a pool of his own blood. I knew immediately he was dead. I reached into his pocket and I pulled out his transport union card. He worked for Heaton's coal merchants. His name was James Nolan. So now you know, Mrs. O'Neill, why I'm going to the funeral of James Nolan, why I'm marching behind his coffin with the Dublin tramway men. And I love Lizzie. And I fully intend to look after her. I don't drink, and I don't smoke. And I always hand up me wages. Always. But I'm not leaving the union. No. Because Mr. Conley and Mr. Larkin have given us our dignity back as workers. We have hope. Now we can lift our heads out of the gutter. We'll no longer be slaves. And when this strike is over, and I get my job back, I fully intend to look after Lizzie and my newborn child. And I know that one day, my little boy and my little girl will be proud to know that their father marched with the Dublin tramway men behind the coffin of poor James Nolan. I better go, I don't want to be late. I'd see you, love. Take care.